This?
Yeah.
I don't need to wear it, do I?
If it comes, the Spanish journalist in the room.
Ah.
If it comes up in Spanish.
So.
Who's got it? You start from. Yeah, it's first three for Sky.
Trent, a lot of the talk out the dressing room over the past few weeks has been of getting the job done in terms of putting pressure on City in the title race. So what chance do you give yourselves of getting the job done in overturning a 3-0 deficit in this tie with Barcelona?
I think we've obviously had decent results this season where we've scored more than 3 goals. So I think being at home obviously helps us. We've got the fans behind us. I think there's still that sense of belief. We know obviously it's going to be really hard. It's not going to be a walk in the park. I think everyone's just got to be realistic, but we've definitely still got that belief within ourselves in the changing room that anything's possible, especially at Anfield, and hopefully we'll be able to produce one of them special nights here.
The boss though has just told us that Firmino and Mo Salah will miss out through injury. So how damaging is that to your hopes of scoring the goals required to get through?
Yeah, obviously you've got 2 of our main goal scorers off, but it also presents an opportunity for some other lads to come in and make a name for themselves and obviously make themselves heroes. And I think if we do overturn the deficit tomorrow, then whoever scores, the name will always be remembered, because I'm sure it'll be one of those really special nights. So I think it's an opportunity, and I think the lads who maybe don't get as many minutes as the others that are injured now will be looking to get their minutes and show why they deserve these type of opportunities.
While the focus is on this game with Barcelona, will you all be watching the City game tonight, and how will you be feeling watching it if you are?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, there's no harm in watching, but it's important for us that our focus is on our game tomorrow. That's the main thing for us. No matter what happens with the City game, it's going to go to the last game of the season. So and the last game of the season is a game that we always want to win. So no matter what they end up with tonight, our focus is still Barcelona, and then beyond that, it's still going to be winning against Wolves. So it's not really going to affect us too much, and we're not going to get caught up in the hype of whatever the result is. So, like I said, yeah, our main focus is on the game against Barca, and obviously producing something really special.
From someone from Liverpool who loves the club, how does it feel for you to be part of what's happening here, and of course being close to winning things with Liverpool?
Yeah, it's something that's obviously really special. It's something that I've always wanted to be involved in. This season's obviously been very special in terms of the results that we've got and the points that we've been able to pick up. So yeah, I think if you look at the progression that the club's made altogether in the last few seasons, it's been really good, and we've still got a lot of potential to unlock. So I think it's important for us to keep focusing, to keep our big players and to keep pushing forward, and hopefully next season we'll be able to do the same, if not better, if possible.
Well, you have now 11 assists, Andy Robertson 11 assists. Of course, that's a record. First of all, how pleasing is it to have that number, and then what about the competition between you two?
Obviously, yeah, first and foremost is about putting balls into the box and providing the attackers with good service to make them do what they do best. Obviously, to be involved in so many goals is something really, really good. It shows that we're doing something right, me and Robbo. But at the end of the day, it's important for us to get the 3 points. Yeah, that's the main thing for us, is the 3 points. We haven't really focused on that little competition that much. We've tried to provide as much as possible for the team, and I think whilst doing that competition, it's pushed us further. We've pushed each other to our limits, and we've showed that it's working for us. So I think tomorrow, if we're playing, then we'll hopefully be able to put a few more good balls into the box.
You have this wonderful understanding with Mo on the right side of the pitch, so he won't be playing tomorrow. How weird would it feel not to have him there?
No, I don't think it'll feel that strange. It's obviously we train with different lineups a lot. We train with different players in different positions, so it's not like we're not used to not playing with Mo. It's something that obviously we do in training as well. So yeah, I'm sure whoever it is that comes in and fills in for him will have an understanding with all the players, and that's the main thing for us, is to have that versatility and that squad depth to be able to for the lads to be able to come in and obviously do a job, and that's what we'll be hoping they'll be able to do tomorrow.
Okay, it's just Juliet over there, if that's okay.
Trent, can we just go back to last week? I know you weren't involved, you were watching on from the bench, but what were your thoughts on that night last Wednesday?
I think obviously massively disappointed with the result, but as a performance I think it's maybe one of the best in the season for us so far. It was a strange one because we've obviously not really had too many of them results or recently. We were on a decent win streak as well, so it was important for us to obviously put them performances in. We've showed that we're a really good side. I'm sure Barcelona will come here tomorrow with respect for us, and I think the stats from the game really paint a picture that not many teams can go and really dominate at the new camp. But yeah, it's one of those where you get punished against the top teams, against the top players, and we never took our chances on the night, and I'm sure hopefully if we get the same types of chances tomorrow, we'll be able to put them away and punish them.
And I was just wondering if we can rewind to 2016. Andy Robertson's spoken about, this week being more hope than expectation because of you've got obviously the big game coming up at the weekend and this one. But I was just wondering, because that was the last big European comeback here at Anfield, and we know what the atmosphere can be like. I was just wondering what you were doing in 2016. Were you here as a fan, or were you at home, or what were you doing?
Yeah, I was here as a fan. Like you said, yeah, it was one of them special nights. It's one that you won't forget. You always remember where you are when them type of things happen. So it's important for us to give that belief, and I'm sure the fans believe that we have it in us, especially as a team like this, that we've got it in us to score that many goals and to hopefully not concede. But obviously, that realistically, it's a really uphill battle for us. But I think it's important to have that belief as well. It's a little bit of there's a slim possibility, but the possibility is still there. So while it's still there, we'll believe with everything that we've got that we can do it, and as a team we've got to go out there and be fearless and to not hold back at all. I think that's the only way that we probably get the result that we want, is to not hold back and to go out there with no fear and focus on ourselves. I think if we get caught up with thinking about the players that they've got and fearing them and holding players back, then I don't think that's really going to work for us. It's all about everyone getting involved and trying to score as many goals as possible, really.
And I think that's what the manager's been quite keen to put across, because with that hope you give yourselves a chance, although the reality of it is it's going to be pretty tough. But he was talking just a few moments ago about making it, it should be a football party, because it possibly is your last Champions League game at home this season. So if there is a chance to reflect what you've achieved as a club this season in the last 9 to 10 months, how would you look back on it?
Massive. I think both League and Champions League have been really good. I think we haven't been beaten in the league here, and obviously if you think back to the games that we've had the PSG game was special in the way that we won that, and the Napoli game was special in its own right as well, because we needed a certain type of result to go through, and everyone pushed together as a whole club to get that result and make sure we got into the knockout stages. So I think, yeah, even this season we've had setbacks in the Champions League, but we've showed that the competition's massive for us. The club's always had that special bond with the Champions League. I think if you ask the fans, there's always been that sense of something special in the air, no matter who we're playing or what opposition it is. There's always that special relationship, and growing up, I think you get taught that the club's always had a special history with the Champions League, and we'll be looking tomorrow to obviously continue that and make it back-to-back finals.
Thank you. Just go to James Pearce, if that's okay.
Trent, if you start tomorrow night, obviously you could have Philippe Coutinho flying at you down that flank. What do you make of that challenge? And also, does it help the fact that you know his game so well from having trained with him previously?
Yeah. Suppose he's obviously a really tricky player. He's someone that can go both sides. But yeah, it's important not to give them type of players too much space and not too much respect, because that's when they probably hurt you the most, when you stand off them and they can pick passes and take you on. So I think it'll be important to really suffocate their players to get the ball back as high up as possible and make sure that they get as less a service as possible, really. If you stop them from having the ball, then they can't really hurt you. So the main thing for us is to attack with everything that we've got, and to keep the ball as high up the pitch as possible, and when we do lose it, get it back as soon as possible, and hopefully there'll be gaps for us to hurt them. But like I said, it's a team full of world class players, and it's going to be a really tough battle, but I'm sure we'll be able to match them and hopefully be able to punish them.
Gentleman in the middle there. No, put these on there.
Gracias. Gerard Romero de RACU. No pudiste jugar la ida, no sé qué manera tienes de parar a Leo Messi. ¿Qué crees que si mañana juegas vas a tener que hacer para parar a Leo? Gracias.
Obviously, world class player, probably the best in the world. It's going to be a really tough battle, but I think, in fairness to the lads, we kept them quiet for maybe 88 minutes during that game, and he's produced something really special. But it just goes to show that you got to be concentrated for the whole 90 against him, especially. But like I said earlier, it's about having that respect, but not too much respect. We can't be scared to look silly against him. We've got to try and win the ball back as soon as possible and stop him and obviously the other players in that team from hurting us.
Okay, let's take the final question.
Hi, Francesc Latorre from TV Catalunya. We are preparing a feature about You'll Never Walk Alone moment here at Anfield. That is something very unique. As a player, how do you describe your feelings, your sensations at the moment that the stadium is singing the song?
It's really special. It's something that's unique for the club. The stadium, the fans, everyone gets involved. It's inspiring. You got the motivation. You hear the song. You see everyone really getting involved. You know that they're all here to support you as a player and the team, and you want to do everyone proud. It's something that really motivates all of us. It's something that we all look forward to, and hopefully we'll be able to repay all the fans for their incredible support tomorrow by getting a result that they want.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's all.